Joyce, this is a huge commitment. Microsoft is investing $500 million to create affordable housing as a way to help people left behind in communities transformed by the tech boom. The company will offer $225 million in low-cost loans to preserve and build middle-income housing in 6 cities: Bellevue, Kirkland, Redmond, Issaquah, Renton, and Sammamish. Another $250 million in market-rate loans will support low-income housing throughout King County, and $25 million will go to homeless services and programs to keep people from being evicted in the first place. Microsoft says the goal is to allow lower and middle income workers to live close to where they work instead of being priced out.
Well, I live in Enumclaw, Washington, and I work around the east side. And
it is very difficult for folks earning what would be an average salary to buy what should be an average house or rent on the east side.
Microsoft's commitment to the housing crisis comes after the Seattle City Council failed to pass a head tax last year that would have required big businesses to help fund affordable housing and homeless services. The other tech giant in our area, Amazon, was key in killing that tax. Microsoft President Brad Smith says its commitment is also a call to action. Smith is hoping that others will jump on board to work together to solve this affordable housing crisis.